What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Josh's Comics. Happy Thanksgiving. It just passed a few days ago. I hope everybody had a great time. In today's video, though, we're going to check out a big haul. I went to a fellow collector's storage unit, and then I went to his headquarters, aka his basement, as you will. Stopped in at Brookso Comics, meaning to do this for a long time. Stop at a storage unit, dig through that for a few hours, and then we went to, like I said, the basement. Had a lot down there, and I wasn't planning on picking up too many books. And yeah, maybe went a little over. But guys, I picked up some absolute amazing books in this haul. Fortunately, didn't get any footage. Should have asked, but I wanted to stay a little bit courteous. Not only that, but we were running. I wouldn't say late, but didn't have the whole day to do it, and it was a Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So we're gonna jump in the hall. I'm gonna show you guys some great books. Paul has a lot of stuff for sale, and he's a great guy. And yeah, so we're gonna go through this stuff. Start off with this. I'm always collecting Joker covers. So I thought this was a great cover to pick up, and this is the 1992 annual from Detective Comics. Uh, I guess the number fifth annual, I guess you would say, from Detective Comics. And Alan Grant's on here, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it looks like, I'm not sure the artist, but definitely a unique take on Joker and Batman. So enjoy picking that up. Like I said, always picking up for the Joker cover collection. Next one, this is a good one. This is Frank Shaw variant cover, and it is Batman number 48, just 2 issues away from the wedding. By the way, this ain't gonna be the last you see of Frank in this haul, so his always background is always interesting when he makes the characters. Uh, Now I got some. Well, that was Catwoman. Wow, Catwoman. Catwoman. Oh, sorry, Batman issue number 44. Something red, something blue. There's some great covers for Catwoman. Catwoman issue number 53, and this is a variant. I got it because it kind of reminds me of the Alex Ross Scars variant, where Bruce is, looking at the bat cape and cow and has scars on him. So I thought that was kind of a nice pickup. Catwoman issue number 18. I believe I have a copy of this. I'm not 100% sure, but I picked it up because I love the Golden Age Catwoman, and I think this cover is just so great. You guys can probably figure out why. This is cool. I didn't know DC had this. This is the selfie variant cover of Catwoman issue number 34. And that's pretty cool. I want to look and see what other characters did a selfie variant. Because I know they did like Halloween ones, they've done Christmas ones, other holidays, but selfie variants I think is pretty interesting. And another, like I said, uh, Frank Chow, Catwoman 80th anniversary. There you go, Golden Age Catwoman for me. Wish I would have this when I went to Baltimore. We'll plan on probably getting that signed in the future, I hope. And of course, Catwoman, any Adam Hughes Catwoman, I'm always picking up. Issue 80, which I do not think I have. We'll have to look. Oh my. I think you guys can tell why I picked that cover up. And surprisingly, these prices are very good. Um, I'd probably talk in the end what I paid. We'll see. I don't want to keep it a bit of a secret there, but I think I got a good deal. Catwoman, You the Villain. Well, it's Catwoman issue number 17, but it's You the Villain David Finch cover. If I'm not mistaken, check this out. Okay. So you have this, right? Yeah. Look at what David did there. That is a thing of beauty. The Golden Age Catwoman. Honestly, I wish we could just tear this part off and just have that. But yeah. So shout out to David Finch. Another book that I will probably be looking forward to getting signed again one day. We'll have to see. Honestly, man, I'm dying to get a David Finch commission. Get off track here. Batwoman issue number one from the Rebirth variant cover. Probably know I'm gonna end up dealing with that, of course. Sketch covers are all over the place now. Moving on, we have Batman issue number 135, Gabriel Del Auto variant, or Legacy number of 900, a really great Batman and Poison Ivy cover. Bondage cover, as you will. Harley Quinn number one variant cover. I think it was after the Rebirth, the DC universe. But that was just a nice cover to pick up. And you're going to see some good Harley stuff in here, too. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, issue number one, a 6-issue miniseries. Adriana Mello did this series, so I picked it up. I want to get her to sign this in the future. I love her art, man. And I've had my commissions in that Golden Age Catwoman sketch cover from her, along with the Charlotte Witch art that is up there that I have to eventually get framed. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, same issue, number one variant, and this is the J Anna Anaclatuum variant, if I'm not mistaken, pronouncing his name wrong, and then the other issue number two J variant as well. So goes hand in hand. And surprisingly, like I said, Paul has a little bit of everything you can think of. So I lucked out. This book I picked up because I thought it was just a great Poison Ivy cover. Come to find out, it's a Joshua Middleton cover from Batman issue number 26 from the Rebirth year. I'm used to seeing Josh's variants where it's pretty much, from either the waist or the torso up. You don't get to see too many of the full um, bodies unless it's like back roll. So that was interesting to see that. This next book he pulled out when we got to the house, and I just like, yeah, just put it in my pile. This is from Batman, Catwoman, the Black Label series, issue number one, and this is the Bruce Timm variant. Now, anytime Bruce Timm, and of course, from the animated series, of course, I have to pick that up. Uh, Batman: The Adventures continues. Number 6 variant cover. Again, Joker cover is always picking up, but great to see the Bat family and Joker and Harley on there. And then Batman The Adventures continues season 2, issue number 3. This is a great ladies cover with Barbara and Huntress and Batman at the top. And honestly, I don't know who to do in the Carters. So probably bad guy though. Probably have to read that, man. I'm waiting for a full collection of that to happen. Now we're gonna kind of get into the keys. With a few signatures towards the end, but these are gonna come, starting to go forward with my keys. I've been wanting this book for a long time, and this is a cool little key. Always collecting Rogue first appearances for the gallery. Batman Confidential issue number 26 from April of 2009, The Curse of King Tut. Now, you're probably wondering, I think majority of the audience may not know who King Tut is. So, he is like Ramatut from history, but he was actually introduced in the 1960s Adam West show. So, while you did have Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler, they had to create some other villains for the show that weren't in the comics because they couldn't use all of them and stuff like that. And King Tut was a Batman rogue villain. So it took him from 1960 to 2009, almost 40 something years to show up in Batman comics. I thought that was pretty cool. I've been wanting this for a while, and we were at the storage unit digging, and we couldn't find it. And Paul's like, "Yeah, it might be at home." Luckily, I stayed a little bit longer, and he actually found this in a random box with some Batman stuff. The only issue, it's like a $3, $4 book, but I've been wanting this for a long time. I think it's cool part of the rogue galleries. Whether they're bigger villains or smaller, I want to collect them all, and so that was very cool to get. This is a good book. This is an Alex Ross Daredevil issue number 500 variant. Will I ever get a chance to meet Alex? I don't know. I hope so. Would love to get some signatures and some books, which, by the way, I might have a couple things coming in from the Alex Ross store for Black Friday. We'll have to see what happens. Moving on, a book I've been wanting for a long time, but it's a four-part miniseries. I can never find issue number one. But at Baltimore, I found issues 2, 3, and 4, and I should have gotten them, but I didn't want to buy them because I'm like, well, if the deal doesn't include one, I don't want to bundle it up, and I'm kind of regretting that now. So now I'm gonna need issues 2, 3, and 4. But this is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith, issue 1. They did for the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. They did 4, issues, and it's literally just the comic run of the movie. Uh, I had issue number 4 when I was a kid. I remember going to my local comic shop, buying it off the rack, and it was always interesting because they have a scene where Anakin gets scarred and burns, and it's always kind of stayed in my mind a little bit. That's a little bit creepy. I'm saying that now, but anyway, so yeah, Paul only had issue 1, so we're gonna have to go on the hunt for issues 2, 3, and 4. Um, Still a good book to have. You can get the whole run, I mean, on eBay, but like it could get a little pricey depending on grade. So this next series of books, which is only 4 issues, is near and dear to me. I was never a huge Karate Kid fan growing up, but grew up and a show called Cobra Kai came out. Well, I didn't watch the first 2 seasons on YouTube. You had to pay for like YouTube premium subscription, never did. But when it came to Netflix, I started watching it, and I actually just did a rewatch. The last season came out uh earlier this year. Finish it, and it's a great run. And this is actually a great comic series on this. Cobra Kai, The Karate Kid Sega continues. Johnny's Story Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. So this whole run is actually, issue one's like $20 or so. If you find some of the variants of these though, man, they're pricey. Uh, a couple $100 pricey. So glad to have these. We'll probably take them out and read them. And honestly, if some of the cast ends up being at Terrificon or any other cons next year, I'm gonna try to get it signed. Why not? I enjoyed it. This next series, again, is a series I've kind of started. It's not complete, but Paul was giving me a good deal on it. So this is Star Wars: The Old Republic, issue number 1, Threat of Peace, part 1 of 3, but there is 6 issues total. And this is the first Darth Angard and the first Darth Barris. Uh, this is based off of one of my favorite times of Star Wars. So this is where, multiple battles. Well, one is multiple battles, but multiple Jedi's and Sith are fighting head to head. Like you're getting, 10 versus 10, and it's just insane. And issue number 2 came along with it, along with issue number 3, and then 4, 5, and I know 4 and 5 for sure keys be a little bit pricier, and then 6 to the small key. But I really hope that Star Wars or Disney will make a show on this. Give me a live action, The Old Republic, based off of this, based off of, huge battles involving multiple Jedi's and Sith, just like in the games, and they have these cinematic cutscenes. Like, if you guys could put that on live action, like, I'm telling you, Star Wars could be something great in the future. A book I already have, but this is minty. I mean, I couldn't pass this up. Um, Batman or Superman Batman 77, the first meeting of Damian and Supergirl. We'll have to see what happens in the future. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a team up with those two in the DCU at some point. We know that Supergirl is coming out next year. Damian's going to be in the Brave and the Bold. Who knows? I just think it's a great cover, too. This next book, I remember pulling it out and looking at it, and I was like, I think it's a key. I wasn't sure, but it's a nice little key. And this is the Dark Multiverse, or Tales from the Dark Multiverse 1, The Death of Superman, with a bit of an interesting take. So, this is the first appearance of Lois Lane as the Eradicator. Um, Eradicator. I can't even pronounce that line. Eradicator. I can't even say it. Damn it. Moving on. This is a alternate storyline version. So nothing too big, but like a $15-$20 key, and I kind of like the cover. Can't believe I bounced that name, man. Couldn't say it right. Now these next couple books are signed. No CEOs, but Paul bought a collection recently. Had like short or long box and a half, or two long boxes of nothing but signed books, and he kept a few and he sold a bunch. So start off with this one first because this is Harley Quinn, issue number 14. And yeah, like I said, Frank Shaw. Well, guess what? I got some more of his signatures. Thought that was good. He had a few more signature books, but I just kind of didn't want them. They were nice still, but not ones I wanted. And then this Harley Quinn issue number 2, also signed by Frank. Thought that was a great cover with Bud and Lou, her pets. So yeah. And then another book I pulled out at the storage unit that wasn't signed, but we got back to the house, and he did have a signed, and he had two copies of it. And I said, "Well, which one do you think would hit the 9.8 for sure if I sent it in?" And he thought the other one could, but he thought this one was definitely a clear contender. And this is Batman and Robin issue number 1, but this is one Dick Grayson takes over as Batman because at the time Batman is presumed dead, and this is the J.G. Jones variant, and it's signed by J.G. Jones. So that is great. Honestly, a lot of these signature books, I'm probably gonna eventually send in, and see what happens. This next book was a surprise. I didn't know he had this. He had two copies of this that he actually grabbed at New York Comic Con, and this is just amazing. I love Batgirl too. This is the exclusive Batman New 52 Batgirl cover, and it is signed by Jock. Check that out. Check out his signature at the top. That is a thing of beauty. But this is gonna be for sure, getting sent in. I just love this thing, man. And signed by Jock too. Like you can't get better than that. So the last couple of books here, I thought this was a bigger key than I thought. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. World's Finest, issue number 111, first appearance of the Clock King, from 1960. Now, I originally thought, but this was the last time that Bill Finger would write a World's Finest title. I was wrong. He would go on to write quite a few more, so that was my mistake. But it is a Bill Finger title. Um, I love Bill Finger. He created Batman. We have Batman because of him. And like I said, I'm always rooting for him and to find books from him. So still a great pickup. It was a 5.5. He had it for 50. I think I got it like for 45, something like that. But we'll talk pricing them up. These next two last books are modern variants. And you guys see variants all the time from me now, and it's interesting because I originally said when I started collecting over 3 years ago, like I'm not gonna get into variants, stick with the older comics. And then it wasn't until probably about mid last year of 2024, I started to get into variants. And I collect, obviously like the lady covers or Batman. and I've stick to that pretty much. So these two next variant covers are just, first of all, fantastic to look at, and second of all, a bit pricey. Because these both are 1 in 500 variants. I'm gonna start off with this one, and I think the last one, this really is the last one we look at. And this is from the Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, Book 3, 1 in 500 Jim Lee variant. Um, yeah, I just think that's great. These books, pricey, man. Like you get them between the $70 to $90 raw range, and 9/8 are going well over like $200 almost. So, and I love the machine gun version, but there's one other one that I think, like I said, I left this for last because I think this thing is just beauty, and I love the Dark Knight Returns. Um, and this is, again, issue number 2 from the Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, 1 in 500 variant from Jim Lee. Let's check that out. Classic, Batman armor. Just damn. Now, I think what I'm planning on doing is, I don't know if I will be at the Elite Expo Comic Con in Queens, New Jersey next year. Jim Lee will be there. May have these books go with a friend or two and get signed. We'll have to see. But 1 in 500 variants are hard to come by. And like I said, some of these books are pricey. Jim Lee did variants, 1 in 500 variants for, I think it was 9 or 10 issues of this. And some of them are actually pretty cheap and affordable. The first couple, though, like these two, I think number one as well that he did his variant of high up in price, and so yeah, Paul gave me a great deal on everything. It was kind of a Black Friday deal. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna say price. I can tell you this. I spent well over $300. So let's put it like that. I'm just gonna leave it there. But I got a great deal. Like I said, a lot of the stuff, if you play probably full price or everything, this is probably at least with signatures included and the variants. I mean, you're probably looking at least a $600 haul at the end of the day almost. I mean, this is a lot of books. And I know there's some filler stuff in there, and there's some, you can call them dollar bin books, or maybe $2, $3 issues, but yeah. So I'm happy with the haul. Shout out to Paul. Bisso Comics, again, go check him out. He helped me get that Green Lantern 87 signed by Neil Adams. No, he didn't get Neil Adams to sign it, but he picked up the copy that was, and helped me pick up a grill off my list. And then I went to a storage unit and also to his base of operations, the basement, and found some great books and just, ah, man. And the problem was, we didn't search for everything at the storage unit, and we didn't search for everything at the base of operations. I tell you this right now, that guy's got stuff hidden in the treasures, and he even said there's stuff that he's kind of forgotten about, but he knows there's big stuff in there. And like I said, probably make another trip or two over there in early this year. I'm thinking well, not this year, but I'm thinking January or February. Go back over, maybe go digging through some of the stuff that's hidden, because I know there's a lot of good stuff. And he's constantly picking up collections and stuff anyway, so I can always get more books. But guys, again, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed this haul. I hope you watch it all the way through. Forgot to say in the beginning, but if you can, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps me out dearly, and I would really appreciate it. Trying to try and get to 800 subscribers by the end of the year. We're only like, I think, 20 away. Would, honestly like to hit 1,000 subscribers sometime soon. We'll have to see. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Like I said, I got some Black Friday shopping that I did online. So I got some stuff that's gonna be probably coming out next week. I'm working on a few other videos as well that I'm probably gonna start filming in the next day or two and editing, and then have ready to go. Um, But yeah, I'm happy. Like I said, some cool books added to the collection, more signatures, and some books to get commissions on, as well as future signing. So, till next time, guys, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.